Today I'm going to be showing you how to make hearty potato soup. So to start with, I've listed here on the screen the few ingredients you're going to need to make your potato soup. If you want to pause the screen right now, take a picture, write it down, feel free, but we're going to jump right into making our soup. So to start off, you're going to want to take your potatoes and give them a good scrub down, get any dirt or icky stuff off of them so they're ready to go. And then after you're done giving them a little wash, you're going to want to start cutting them up into little chunks. This really just depends on your preference, if you want big chunks or slices in your soup, or even if you want it to be a little bit mashed up, just do it to your preference, but I like to just have little chunks for my soup. So there we have, all our potatoes are sliced up and in our big pot. Next, you're going to want to take your carrots and as well just give them a nice little wash down before we slice them. Then we're just going to take them and get all the peelings off. Next, you're going to want to just cut them up. This also really just has to do with your preference, if you want to leave them in little slices or if you want more of chunked up carrots in your soup. I chose to just cut mine into little slices, and then any of them that were a little too big I chopped up to make them a little bit smaller. Next, you're going to want to take your celery and again just give it a little wash down. Mine had a bit of dirt on it, so I wanted to clean it off. Then we're going to take our celery and just start slicing it up. With this one, I cut it all off the stalk, and then after that I took all of my celery and I kind of diced it up. I'm not a huge fan of big celery chunks, so this was my preference. Alright, our vegetables are all now cut up and ready to be cooked. So you're going to want to take your pot and fill it up with enough water to just cover all the vegetables and get them cooked thoroughly. And we're going to want to turn our stovetop on. And then we're going to set the timer to about 20 minutes. And while your vegetables are cooking, you'll want to every once in a while just give them a little stir. Make sure it's not bubbling over or anything. And our vegetables now look like they are done cooking. So we're going to take the water that they are cooked in and save about a quart of it in your measuring cup. Alright, and then we're going to take our cooked vegetables and pour them into a big bowl, and then we're going to set them aside. Next, you're going to take your onion and dice it up. I usually only use half an onion just because my husband isn't a huge fan of onions, so I have to make sure I dice it up real fine so he doesn't notice too much. Then you're going to take your butter and you're going to put that into your pan and let it just melt down. And then once your butter is completely melted, we're going to put our onions in there and saute them until they're nice and soft. Next, you're going to take your flour and we're going to pour that into the butter and onion mixture. Once that is all poured in, you're going to put some salt and pepper in there as well. And then you're just going to take your spoon and stir it all together. Next, you're going to take your milk and you're just going to want to gradually pour it in and then mix it and then pour a little bit more in. And as you're stirring, your mixture should eventually become kind of sticky and gloppy, and then that's when you'll know when it's ready to go. So now we are going to take our vegetables that we set aside and we're going to just gently fold them into our sticky mixture. And once everything is all coated, we're going to take our liquid that we reserved earlier and we're going to start mixing that into our pot with our vegetables and milky flour mixture. Once everything is thoroughly stirred, you're going to want to take your chicken bouillon cube and let that dissolve into your mixture. And then I always find when I make this soup, I like to add a little bit more salt and pepper than what the recipe calls for. I usually even add just like a little bit of oregano to it, just to add some more flavors. And after giving everything one good last stir, your soup is now ready to enjoy. I hope you guys had fun learning how to make hearty potato soup. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Enjoy your soup!